guys, what we got here is a 4.6. This is out of a 2000 GT Mustang. It had a head gasket failure and we are pulling it out. Gonna go through it and put some performance upgrades on it, maybe try to get around 60 extra horses out of it, doing some maybe head work, port and polish, and then also cams, long tube headers. It already has an off-road X-pipe. It has SLP 2 axle back and a Diablo tune right now. We just got done doing 410s Cobra clutches. It's lowered on sport lines, iBox sport lines. We're gonna get rid of that, do a chromoly K-member, coilovers in the front, coilovers in the rear, underdrive pulleys, BBK 78 millimeter one-piece throttle body plenum kit. We'll probably do a BBK 86 millimeter mass airflow. Upgrade the injectors. This is the 2000, so it only has the 19-pound injectors. We'll do the 24s probably just to be safe. I think 21s might even be okay with that because the amount of power this thing's going to make, it's, you know, we're looking at probably 280 to the wheels. So here it is. All right, guys. So here it is. It's a 2000 Mustang GT. It's an automatic car. It's got leather interior. This is my wife's car, actually. Like I said, it's got the SLP 2 axle back. It's got saline 18 by 10s, 18 by 9s in the front. It's got 275s in the rear. See here, brakes are stock so far. The axle 8.8. We went through it about 8 months ago. 410s. Did the Cobra clutches on it. It's got the iBox sport lines right now. Pretty clean car. It came from Florida. We're in Kentucky. It came from Florida about 8 years ago. I guess it was inland. There's hardly anything on this car, and rust-wise, it's pretty clean. So last night we dropped the K-member. This car had a head gasket problem. We knew it did. We got it for cheap. It ran, honestly, for about a year straight without really having any kind of overheating problems. It never overheated. It every once in a while the coolant was running a little bit low, and we'd put some coolant in it and keep driving it, and we knew that we were going to drop this motor and go ahead and do the heads, cams, take care of it, put it on a chromoly UPR K-member, coilover kit, and it is an automatic. Like I said, it's my wife's daily driver. But we're going to do a torque converter while we're there for the cams. It's probably stage 2 cam, modular head shop. It's going to get a monster rebuild kit. It's going to be the 450 horse kit. It'll get a J-mod probably while we're there, integrate with the monster kit. We'll do our own little mixture to the 4R70. But yeah, this is the first time we've actually dropped a K-member. This is my, that's my car out there. It's a 2000 GT as well. That's a 5-speed cloth interior. Hers is, like I said, leather. I'm used to pulling motors off the top with the Fox bodies, and I've always wanted to drop one like this, and honestly, it's not that bad at all, really. And then over here, we've got my Fox body. It's an 83. There's a 88 F-150 with 306 Cobra manifold. It's got Cobra heads that are +1 valves, forged bottom end. It's girdled, studded. It's got a C6 with a shift kit. This is getting single turbo. It's a full drive, completely frame off, restore, and paint, and the only thing pretty much is owed is the cab. So this is my 83 that we're working on. I've kind of been at a pause for a second with this one, but front end's cut off, prep it for tube, front end, chromoly, tied in with a cage. It's just a 302. It's stock bottom end. It was rebuilt. It's got low miles on it, and it's got ARP head studs though. Just the eBay turbo kit. I mean, I'm expecting to blow this thing up. Honestly, it won't make it long, and then a Coyote's gonna probably go in its place. But typically on these cars, I always just pull the motor and transmission as one. It's a lot easier for me when you have a angle attachment to change the angle when you're lifting it with a cherry picker. I can pull these out pretty simple with a Fox body. That being said, that's with a T5, and that's why it's usually pretty easy. On this car, I just decided, I was like, man, you know, instead of trying to fool with bell housing bolts, this, that, and the other, you know, just drop it all as one. And it actually, it might seem challenging to some people. If you know what to look for and what exactly needs to come loose, it's not hard. You're already going to have to mess with the thing. So, you know, maybe on the install, I'll do a video on like a reversal process so that you can see everything that you need to remove. For example, let's see here, alternator, that could have stayed on. That was where we first started looking, and that could have stayed on. But, you know, this is going to the fuse box. These are some connectors by the fuse box right here. This is the starter wire. It actually comes up and connects with that cable right there, right here, to the fuse box. All these little connectors go right there in that same area. This is on the actual fender, inner fender. Those go into the inner fender. You have the ground by the headlight, and then you have your negative battery terminal right there. So that came loose. Power steering going to the cooler. This one was going to the body. It's going to be right there, coming off of this, coming down, and I just got a glove on it with some tape to keep it clean. So that went to the rack. This automatic car, so I had my lines top and bottom, transmission. Let's see here. I did have, the AC was easier just to take it off the manifold right there. One bolt. Of course, make sure you've got it recovered. This harness actually came down and around and was right there on the passenger side frame rail. It was real easy to get to. Let's see, there was, on ours, we didn't have the exact socket. I think we lost it or broke it, but for the actual ABS sensor. So instead we just popped the connectors, let it come down with it. I did get rid of the sway bar so the motor could come down. Pretty much the only vacuum line was this one right here. Now this would be, you know, right there by the firewall. You just undo it, pull it away from it. You're good. Did the fuel line, easy enough. Heater hoses, easy enough. And then these come over to the firewall, right? And then you got your main ECU harness. This one's plugging in, I mean, exactly how this is laying is pretty much exactly. So it'll be 3 connections that you're gonna remove. Pop this off the firewall, literally lay it over just like that. It's out of your way. You undo these after you've got your radiator hoses off. You've drained the radiator. You pop these right here, boom. You get this guy, pop it off, boom. Pop this guy off right there on the passenger side fender, boom. I mean, it really isn't that bad at all. Power steering, I did pull off. It was easy to do with me on the lift here, but you know, you can get underneath there and get it done, but it was easier to keep it with the car. It just kind of worked out that way. Let's see. Pretty much, man, that's it. Everything stays with the transmission besides your actual shifter cable. I just pop that loose, let it sit there. Everything stays. We have an off-road X pipe, so these were unplugged, and I got it on the tune turned off. The only thing you really got to unplug on that is your upper stream O2s right there. So bust loose your your downpipe, and it's pretty much ready to come out. You can also, while it's in the car, you just take loose the transmission mount and let it hang. You could also, at that time, if you want to, if you got a lift, you could undo the motor mounts. I just figured I'd wait till I got it on the ground. I could get to it easier. But that's pretty much it. It's not a whole lot of work, and then it gives you so much, you know, you can clean now. I can get in here and actually clean this car. It had seals bad here and there, and it was constantly leaking stuff, and we knew that we were going to get to this point and take care of everything, so it wasn't too big of an issue for us. But I'm going to get in here and clean all this, degrease it, debate on it. I'm going to see what it looks like afterwards. I might even rough it all up, tape up as much as I can, and spray it white just to make the engine bay look nice with a new motor going in. So that's pretty much it, though. I'll keep an update, get another video for this car. We're going to start with this car. We've been meaning to do this, make videos on these cars, and we've done so much in the past. There's our front 18 by 9s. Done so many videos that we could have done in the past, and we're finally going to start doing it now. I got the Fox body. It's a 1983 Fox body coupe. It'll be 302 70mm turbo. Probably start out with a T5 in it. Once it goes, I know I'm going to blow it up because I'm not okay with 500 horse 450. I want a lot more, so I'm sure I'll blow it up. After I do that, that's when I'm going to go coyote with a 6R80. Here's my 2000 GT. It's got Flow Master, Drone Masters, whatever you want to call it. I love the sound, but it does drone a lot. Off-road BBK X-pipe, stock manifolds. It's on Pro Kit, Ibach Pro Kit, Cobra front brakes. The wheels came on the car, and I haven't had time to really figure out what I want with this one yet. This one's just been my kind of daily going to work and back. It needs headlights. It's a 2005 F-150 5.4. We just went through this entire truck. Now, I'll get a video on this. It's got a 5.4. We pulled it out, rebuilt it. Didn't need to go over any. It's stock bore. It has a full brand new rebuild kit in it. Transmission is completely rebuilt. It's got Stainless Works headers. I've got some photos. I'll try to get on the video here. It has cam phaser delete and tune. It's got the Roush intake, coder intake, and it's a pretty good little truck. But we're guys that like modulars, and my buddy, he will be here soon, and maybe I'll get a video of his 2017 GT. Like I said, this is his truck here. This was a 2-wheel drive, and we converted to 4-wheel drive. So I'll give you a little bit better look at this. It's kind of got stuff all laying over it right now, but it just needs to be finished, like all of them. Storage, but you can see ladder, bars, brand new fuel tanks, brand new fuel lines. A little different on the inside. Lightning seats and a 4-wheel drive. Look at this shifter, low car. We might change that. It's a little too high. We thought it'd be cool. We didn't really realize how high it would be, but now looking at it in the truck, we might change it to get something a little bit lower. 1966 Ford Thunderbird. Maybe do some videos on this.
All right, and like I said, there's gonna be a lot more videos on this car. We'll go through the whole thing, showing you everything that we're doing to it, and hit the subscribe button to see more videos. Thanks.